You are listening to the Novel Writing Podcast, episode 94. Grab a cup, cozy up, and let's get to writing. Today's episode is on how to make writing decisions faster. I get a lot of questions from clients about how to know if they're making the right decision with their writing, whether it's to self-publish versus go traditional, or take their plot in this direction versus that, or even work on book A versus book B. The truth is that it doesn't actually matter which decision you make. What matters is making the decision and acting on it to find out if it was the right one or not. And the cool thing is that there's almost nothing in the writing world that constitutes a permanent or irreversible decision. Did you write a chapter you don't like? You can rewrite it. Did you not invest in an editor for your first book? You can do that now and upload a second edition. You didn't do a cool launch release party? Well, you can throw one now for all of the books that you do have out. Did you self-publish your first book, but you wish you'd gone traditional? You can pitch your next book to agents and work to get the first one picked up by the same publisher. A side note here, my favorite story about this kind of thing is Christopher Paolini, whose parents self-published Eragon when he was 15. A year later, Knopf picked up the book and republished Eragon and its sequels under the Knopf imprint. Making decisions fast is a skill. Often where we get bogged down in writing is when we waffle over the decisions that we need to make, but then leave them open. And I call these mental vampires because open decisions literally suck away our energy the longer we leave them there, pinging in the back of the brain. The thing about decisions is that they're literally just thoughts until we take actions. So making writing decisions faster really encompasses both aspects, making the decision and then acting on it. It means deciding to self-publish and then taking the first step toward that. It means deciding to write that scene one way and then going and writing it. And it means deciding to spend 10 minutes each morning writing and then doing it. It's this action piece that's key. We can think about all sorts of things we want to do, especially with writing, but until we take any kind of action toward that thing, it remains just a nebulous idea. The action itself can be tiny. Writing it down, talking into your phone's voice recorder, actually going and taking the very first step. Writing a few words of the story's new direction. If you want to start making writing decisions faster, you have to act on those decisions at the first opportunity. And the best case scenario is when you act within 5 seconds of the idea or the decision. Acting fast tells your brain that this is an idea worth remembering. When you take constant, quick action on the decisions that you make, you move way faster than if you had sat thinking about that decision for a month and then ended up stuck. The most often quoted section of Teddy Roosevelt's Man in the Arena speech puts this idea quite nicely. It is not the critic who counts, not the one who points out how the strong man stumbled or how the doer of deeds might have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred with sweat and dust and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs and comes short again and again, who knows the great enthusiasms, the great devotions, and spends himself in a worthy cause, who, if he wins, knows the triumph of high achievement, and who, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who know neither victory nor defeat. When we make fast decisions and act on them, we put ourselves in the arena, and we are the ones who benefit from the lessons that those decisions bestow upon us. That's it for today's episode. Thanks for joining me, and remember, the first draft is supposed to be garbage. Thanks for listening to the Novel Writing Podcast. If you're ready to stop struggling and start finishing your novel, check out the 60-Day Novel Writing Challenge. It's a step-by-step program designed for solo writers to complete their first draft with clarity and focus. Visit the link in the description to learn more.